Chris Seeger. Chris, would you stand up, please? If you don't know Chris, she's the one who's taking care of all the arrangements. And the agenda is on the table. During our break, after the movie is over, we're going to give you a packet of material which will explain to you what we suggest you might do in response to, publicly in response to this film. And now I'm going to introduce my boss, the Honorable Louis O. Giuffrida, who will introduce the film.
Thanks, Jim. Well, no big introduction on my part. Obviously, I'm glad to have the National Coordinating Council on Emergency Management and NEMA and TACTA and ASEP, my own regional RDs, public affairs officers. I was looking for Myra because Myra was one of the first ones to start asking questions about how do we respond to the film the day after. What's laid out here, you get comfortable because this is a full 2 hours of film, 90 minutes, whatever the time is. And I think you need to see it first, and then we'll tell you how we reacted to it, and have a discussion about how you react to the film, because I think this thing is perhaps, if not the most highly publicized, certainly one of the most highly publicized television programs to come on in a long time. It's almost impossible to go any place in the world without some allusion to this ABC film. We just got back from the NATO meetings, and we talked about it in Brussels, and then we did a trip to the British Fire College at Mustard on the Mutton, and we talked about it briefly, and we've talked about it within FEMA, and we've talked about it in the White House, and just as you have where you are. So I think you need to view this thing. And then what I did, and I offer this only as a suggestion that worked reasonably well for me, I made notes for myself, and I, excuse me, I had this room set up in a classroom format so that we could, in fact, put pencils and paper and so on the table for you to use. You make your notes, take your coats off, undo your tie, whatever you like. There's water over there, and I think later on we have a coffee break, coffee outside. And then what I'm gonna do is excuse myself and run upstairs and push some more papers. I've seen the film, and then I'll be back down for the Q&A part. Lengthy discussions about whether or not we should have a meeting such as this. I felt and continue to feel that this is an appropriate expenditure of public funds. In fact, I think it's imperative that the people who will be in their respective areas, the most likely to need to have a basis for discussing the film are in the room right now. There's no sermon and there's no school solution. When it's all over, we'll tell you what we think and we'll listen to what you say, and then we'll pick it up from there.